Yo, what's up, people? We back. Another day on Keep It G News. And today, we got a wild situation, tragic situation, sad, disgusting, anything you can think of, man. You know, because it's stretched from 2 states, and the crimes are 5 years apart. So the typical person would think, damn, how one person commit 2 heinous crimes in 2 different states 5 years apart? I know that's the questions I had at first, you know, until I seen this video, and I'm gonna show it to y'all, and it made everything make sense to me. You understand? So before I continue, I gotta make sure I say condolences to the family of everybody affected and lost their life, because it's tragic that people have to die this way. You know, people is dying young, unexpectedly, children. This shouldn't be going on, you know, because a lot of these situations, yo, it's not even no money involved. Like, it's nothing major. Majority of the times, it's from broken hearts and people not wanting to let go and people not knowing how to communicate. You know, it's never really nothing major that can't be talked out or something that people can't get over. But more than often, most people resort to murder. And that's the extreme, you know? Why do people always take it to the extreme, then put their life on the line, where they could have just talked it out or separated from the person? You understand? But today, we're going to take it from Seattle to Arkansas. Or matter of fact, Arkansas to Seattle, because it's 2 crimes that happened 32 hours apart and 5 years apart. But there's only one suspect.
Shot in the head, found dead on the side of a highway. Tonight, Arkansas deputies and state police are trying to find the killer. Good evening, I'm Kevin Kelly.
I'm Donna Terrell. The body was found along Highway 79 near Gingrich in Arkansas County. That's near Stuttgart. It happened earlier today. Fox 16's Mitch McCoy is live not far from Stuttgart. And Mitchell, I know it's early in the investigation, but tell us something.
Well, Kevin and Donna, good evening. Investigators left several hours ago. You can still see that ripped crime scene tape. It's kind of whipping through the wind there. It blocked off this gravel road where investigators say that body was found. The Arkansas County Sheriff's Office got the call about a body in a ditch earlier this afternoon. State police were called in to investigate. Officials tell us a man was found dead in a ditch with a gunshot wound to the head.
So that was the death of a 58-year-old Arkansas man. Now, in that video at the time, they said they didn't have any suspects. So the next day, they locked up a man by the name of Kirkland, you know? And he confessed to the crimes. But somehow, some way, and I'm going to explain this to y'all before the video is over, he ends up getting released, you know? And that's not uncommon, you know? I caught a bail on similar type charges, so people can catch bails. You know, especially if you don't have any charges. You know, if that's your first charge, you know, the system look at it like, well, we don't really know all the circumstances, but they give you a bail. High bail. And in his case, it was a $250,000 bail, you know. I don't think my family would have been able to bail me out for that, but somehow he got out. I think they leveraged some property and put some cash down, and he got out. But they didn't say he have to stay there. And that's strange, you know. Seemed like to me at this point he getting breaks that other people don't normally get. And I'm explaining to y'all why I think that's the case. But then, that was 2017. Now, if you fast forward to 2023, we got this situation in Washington about a missing woman and her daughter. And the circumstances of this case and how it came about. It's crazy.
Clark County Sheriff's Office got a call from someone who was walking on this rural road in Washougal. The caller described what they believed to be 2 life-sized mannequins down an embankment near a creek. But when deputies arrived on scene, they discovered 2 bodies. Investigators contacted Vancouver police, who determined this was likely MESHAY Melendez. and LAYLA Stewart.
This is probably our missing mother and daughter. The major crimes unit from the sheriff's office is kind of handling the investigation as a homicide investigation, so detectives and crime scene folks are up there.
A Washington State Patrol forensics team joined the investigation, collecting evidence and speaking with neighbors on Southeast Wooding Road, which was roped off for hours.
The medical examiner's office will obviously be the final confirmation for anybody's identity like that, but wanting to be able to kind of provide that update and that information versus just having people wonder.
The 27-year-old and her 7-year-old daughter were missing for more than a week, last seen near Northeast Vancouver Mall Drive and 77th Avenue. MESHAY's boyfriend, Kirkland Warren, is officially a person of interest in their disappearance. He was arrested earlier this month, accused of domestic violence against MESHAY. Warren appeared in court Wednesday morning, though his hearing was connected to a murder he's accused of committing in Arkansas.
Now we strategize on how to get justice for these two beautiful souls.
Michelle Bart leads the National Women's Coalition Against Violence and Exploitation and is the spokesperson for the family.
Mom, our client, Nicole, is devastated, and she hasn't slept since they disappeared. The whole family, they're all in shock. They're upset. They're mad.
In a statement, they wrote, "The family is grateful for all the community support, and we ask that people respect the privacy of the family while they process and grieve." Bart says on Thursday they will be starting a memorial fund for 2 funerals, for MESHAY and for LAYLA. In Clark County, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
MESHAY Melendez and LAYLA Stewart are the victims in this case. Sad situation, man. Dumped in the side of the woods, similar to what happened in the murder in 2017, Arkansas. So, we come to find out that they got a person of interest. And the person of interest is the same person of interest or the same person that admitted to killing a man in 2017. Now, this man admitted to killing somebody, and they let him out on bail, right? I never heard no situation like that. But like I say, I'm gonna make it all make sense for y'all before the video is over. So you would think, how can a man that's basically admitted to murder in a state that's 32 hours away, over 2,000 miles away, 6 years ago, make it to Washington, Seattle, right? Why wasn't there any barriers put in place? Because come to find out, and you're going to hear this in this next video I'm ready to play for y'all, or this next article I'm ready to read for y'all, this man and MESHAY Melendez have a history, a violent one. Kirkland Warren was out on bail pending a long-delayed murder trial in Arkansas. But when he was arrested in southwestern Washington state early this month on charge that he assaulted his ex-girlfriend and fired a gunshot into her apartment, he quickly posted bond and was released again. Just a few days later, his ex-girlfriend, MESHAY Melendez, 27, and her 7-year-old daughter, LAYLA Stewart, vanished. Police named Warren as a person of interest in their disappearance. The discovery of their bodies in a thick bush down a road embankment on Wednesday has raised questions about why someone facing a murder charge in another state would be released from custody after being arrested for a serious domestic violence offense. Simba Teblock, the deputy prosecutor who has handled Warren's case in 2017 killing in Jefferson County, Arkansas, said the Vancouver Police Department in Washington notified her on March 2nd that they had arrested Warren for a drive-by shooting and other charges stemming from an incident in December. They also told her the next day that Warren had a court appearance and his bail was set at $100,000. It wasn't until March 14th, after she received the official paperwork from Clark County, Washington, that she filed a motion to revoke Warren's bail in 2017 murder case. In the meantime, he posted bail and was released from custody March 8th, 4 days before Melendez and her daughter vanished. Had his Arkansas bail had been revoked sooner, it's possible Warren would remain in custody as a fugitive pending his extradition back to face trial in Arkansas. But Tadlock said the time it took to obtain an order revoking his bail was typical. "I wish everything could have happened more quickly," Tadlock told the Associated Press. "I wish his murder case could have been resolved by now. It's been delayed after delay, and now it's had a tragedy." Even before a man walking his dog reported saying what resembled two life-size mannequins in a rural area of East Washaw, Washington. On Wednesday morning, the family and friends of Melendez had asserted the criminal justice system let them down. Melendez's brother, Miguel Melendez, and stepdad, Kendrick Taylor, along with Stewart grandfather, told the Columbian newspaper of Vancouver that they couldn't believe Warren had been released on bail after shooting at her apartment, especially considering his pending murder trial in Arkansas. But except in the case of aggravated murder, Washington law presumes someone will be released from custody until they are tried and convicted. Courts can impose conditions, such as bail or electronic monitoring, to help ensure public safety and keep defendants from fleeing. Warren was charged with the killing of an acquaintance in his vehicle in 2017 and leaving the body in a roadside ditch. He told police the passenger was asking him for money, and he shot him because he feared for his safety. His family got him released from custody pending trial by putting in 10% of his $250,000 bond, said his attorney in that case, Mark Hampton, and Warren subsequently moved to Washington State with the knowledge of his lawyer and prosecutors. The case has been delayed pending psychological evaluation, discovery deputies, the pandemic, and most recently by a fall that Hampton's 91-year-old mother took, resulting in a broken hip. Vancouver police investigated Warren in 2020 for possession of a stolen gun, and in 2021 for lying on the federal form required to purchase a firearm by saying he was not facing felony charges according to court records. Under Arkansas legal rules, the judge must find reasonable cause that the defendant has committed a felony before revoking bail, according to Tadlock, who said, "We had to have a finding by another court because the allegations occurred in another jurisdiction." Warren's March 2nd arrest stemmed from a December incident during which police said assaulted Melendez and then fired a gunshot into her apartment. He had pleaded not guilty to those charges, and he was not being charged thus far in the deaths of Melendez or Stewart. At Warren's initial court appearance on March 3rd, prosecutors noted he imposed an extreme risk to Melendez, the Columbian reported. The court set bail at $100,000 and ordered him to have no contact with her. Warren was the last person seen with the mother and daughter before they disappeared, according to charging documents. On the night of March 11th, a friend told police she had been babysitting Stewart when Warren arrived to pick her up. Melendez was unresponsive in the car, naked from the waist down. The friend reported Melendez missing on March 18th. Melendez's mother also reported her missing, saying the family had not heard from her for a week. The next day, police arrested Warren again, with his bail in Arkansas revoked and his bail in Washington increased to $1 million, and he has been in custody since. So my question for y'all, right? Is this a miscarriage of justice, or did all the ducks fall in line for Kirkland Warren? You know, did he get all the breaks? You know, because that can happen sometimes. From the COVID to the his lawyer had to postpone the case because his mother broke her hip. I mean, I don't think that most people can postpone cases because of that, but hey, you know, those don't sound like valid excuses to me. And it really don't make sense to me how he was able to leave Arkansas without no GPS monitoring. And the prosecutor signed off on that. So, I seen another video, right? And this the video I'm ready to play for y'all. And it made it all make sense how he was able to leave Arkansas, because in that article I just read, it just sounded like a bunch of excuses. But it's really not that. It's really something different. If you read between the lines, you can catch
last year. Warren was not required to stay in Arkansas after bonding out of jail, and the judge did not add any requirement for GPS monitoring. Jefferson County Sheriff Lafayette Woods says Warren did not appear to have any red flags that would have alerted authorities that he needed more restrictions to his bail conditions. He had a notable family in the area, wasn't considered a flight risk, and he did not have a criminal history.
What I know about the family, well respected. He does not speak in that time to be an individual that would have been capable of committing such a heinous crime.
Vancouver police have not charged Warren for the deaths of his ex-girlfriend or her daughter. His bond has been revoked in Arkansas.
Come to find out, Kirkland Warren comes from an influential family in Arkansas. So that's how he was able to get out on that $250,000 bail, because his family got poor. Now I'm intrigued to find out who his family actually is. I wonder if it's a judge or something. There got to be somebody in some type of politics to be able to pull them type of strings for him. Now, I don't like nothing more than a privileged thug. I swear to God. They are the worst people to me, because you got this opportunity to do whatever with your life because your family must got some type of money. His family got the money, but he want to be a gangster. He want to be riding out here killing people. That makes absolutely no sense to me, and I don't respect them people at all because it's unnecessary. A lot of people is in this lifestyle because they feel like they ain't got no choice. They was born in it. But you got Kirkland Warren, he out here killing all these innocent people because he privileged. And then he getting away with it because of who his family is. Now, imagine being his family after they just bailed him out on this bond. And he go out here and do this to this innocent woman. Considering the fact that he had charges on this woman from shooting at a house that he wound up getting out on bail on again. Like, oh, this is a crazy situation, man. And I think the system seriously dropped the ball. But that's what happened when you don't treat everybody the same. You know, that's really what's going on in this situation. You got the system bending to political pressure or bending to people with influence as opposed to treating this guy the same way they treat a guy who family don't got no money. But that's how it's really supposed to be. But like I told y'all before, this is the barter system. Now you got 3 people dead, a mother and a child. Now he haven't even been charged with these crimes yet. But you heard the phone conversations he had with his father. He told the girl she was the reason he got him locked up. Well, she was the reason he is locked up. So I would think that, you know, judging off of those conversations, that he felt some type of way, and he figured that in order for him to get out of this situation he was in, he might have to pay her a visit. And that's senseless, and that's crazy to me. And now he's going to be around all gangsters because that's what he wanted to be. And that's the thing when you got these type of guys, you know. They're only tough to the people that's innocent. Look at the people he alleged of killing. 58-year-old man that supposed to have been the acquaintance of his. And the mother and the daughter. Now, y'all heard in that article how this family member or friend that was babysitting Layla went to the car and saying the girl was unconscious and half dressed. And I don't know what she could have done in that situation, because I think if she would have resisted, he probably would have killed her. But god dang, man, like, this is sad, man. Somebody's life could have been saved. Especially the 2 women, man. It was so many lapses in judgment and breakdowns in the system that was perpetuated for all these things to happen, man. All these series of events could have been avoided if one person would have stuck up and did the right thing. But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Like I say, what could have been done, man? How y'all feel about people being, the system bending to influence? You know, they supposed to treat everybody the same, but time and time again we see, as long as you got a little bit of money, you can pull strings that the poor can't. Let me know in the comments, man. Just keep it G News. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, support the movement.
I'm probably gonna die if I lead a clan. You got your turn and you turned your back. You turned around, ain't no turning back. I can't be the boss and no us and that. I'm bringing bow and I'm bipping with 2 times. I bought the Drake and the kid got a coupon. Make 20,000 a neck on a futon. Sitting out cause my brother in Jumon. Why you telling people you selling fentanyl? Why you telling feds you selling shit at all? Why you telling cops if you about to get it all? I'ma tell you now, then I'm already squeezing. You be dreaming about your dreams. I be living out my nightmares. I been missing, I been bad. The other night she was right there. I be lurking with my bros. I be crying with my mom. She be praying to the Lord that I don't turn into a monster. You be dreaming about your dreams. I be living out my nightmares. I been missing Kevin Bates.